Calling now for something to spark, and we'll hide in the graphite deep inside the earth, and wait for the fires to start. In your all that remains of a world in chaos, broken by change. We are light in the dark, calling now for something to spark, and we'll hide in the graphite deep inside the earth, and wait for the fires to
Calm down, cause he just wanna learn something, so I teach him something. I am the one that teach.
Call me 10 wins and 20.
I am starting a new series of videos, and I want to explain to everyone right up front what the purpose of the series is and how it's going to be conducted. I recently made a mini documentary titled The Cult of Pythagoras Mystery Babylon Revealed documentary, published December 31st, 2018. In this documentary, I showed that I had received a letter from my mother with a bunch of copy and paste heliocentrism citing known Pythagorean cult members like Sir Isaac Newton, Johannes Kepler, Henry Cavendish. I exposed the people that she gives her authority away to as being Satanists, and how she right now is practicing Satanism. I let my parents know that I was publishing a video response to the letter that I had received, and they said that they would watch it premiere. Days began to pass with no response, and I began to press them on the matter. In response to being told that I'm going to make her the new poster child for what a satanic witch really looks like, and that I disown her and my dad, I was given the response, okay. I'm going to be calling out my family in descending order from my parents to cousins, and I am finally going to get a response from them. It has been their tactic from the time I began trying to share truth with them for them to all just simply ignore me. I'm no longer going to allow that. Every person is going to have a call-out video created about them. That video will be fully SEO'd to the person with tags, title, and a thumbnail image of the person so that those of you that do not come up in the Google search results now will. The first round of videos will be tame, yet direct. What I'm looking for is a response from you. Like I said, I'm going to no longer allow you to ignore me. I'm seeking a definitive answer from you. The inspired scriptures let us know that there is no fence sitting with regards to truth. Revelation 3:16, but since you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I am about to spit you out of my mouth. I'm going to ask each and every one of you, are you a Pythagorean? Are you part of Mystery Babylon that believes and promotes heliocentrism? Do you believe the Great Deception and mislead others? Do you understand that everyone that has promoted this lie is a Satanist, and that by giving your authority to these Satanists, you are in fact a Satanist as well?
Welcome to the Flat Earth Lounge.
Or do you care about truth? If you are indeed a Satanist and would like to be left alone, I will respect your wishes, but not until you have responded to me by voice. I want to hear your voice and know who I am speaking to and record it. Once your response is published, I will leave you alone. To ensure that everyone does respond, I will be doing a first round of videos that will be a call out to make sure that I get everyone's attention. For individuals that are stubborn and still want to ignore me, the second round of videos will be much more direct and poignant, where I will begin to mimetically humiliate you to get your attention. Anyone that wants to push me to a round 3 will see a full-out character assault with me throwing every piece of dirt I have at you. I am fully prepared to go to a round 3 with anyone and look forward to any dirt on me you would like to reciprocate with. I regret nothing of my past, but have plenty of mistakes that I have made that I would like to turn into teaching moments.
Bullshit, dude. Oh yeah, so the 4 years that I spent in nuclear school were fake, were they, you fucking retard? I'm retarded? You mean yes! I have 2 right, wives. Now shut up and let me talk. Wives, I probably made more money than you, and I'm fucking retarded. Wow, that still doesn't stop you being a retard. You're honest. What did you do? Did you fucking go to yeshiva your whole life to learn how to be a fucking dipshit? Oh, wonderful.
The Mogul fundraising for Flat Earth Smack.
There were steps on the outside. Push away and we start again. Feel my touch getting colder. lost the words before. Telling me I have to go. 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 Telling me I have to. Telling me I have to. another change. Cutting from the thoughts within, the clarity is worth it. Another time to treat this, holding on to what we find. We don't wanna lose this fight. You, me, and gravity. Strong enough to reach the line. Are we on the final time? Forgive our lives. But we're cautioned by the hopes we had, thinking we could make it there. Another chance to change this. Holding on to what we find. We don't wanna lose this fight. You, me, and gravity. Brave enough to give it all, knowing that the flame will fall. You, me, and gravity. You, me, and gravity. You, me, and gravity. You, me, and gravity. You, me,
them like they played the role of the devil, because I remember this one episode of Star Trek where they had this it's like a biblical reference where they had Colonel King, and he played like the role of the devil. But the bottom line is this: they had this like a little cloud that would hover over the Klingons and the members of the Enterprise, and they would fight. And Captain Kirk, you know, after all the fighting between the Klingons and the crew of the Enterprise, Captain Kirk was yelling at the Klingon leader, King. He said, "Look, don't you see we're being manipulated? That thing up there, it's making us fight. It's getting off on it." And you're definitely right. It was almost like the black versus white in society they're portraying. And basically, Captain Kirk convinced that Klingon leader that they all put down their swords and they stopped fighting. And guess what? The evil cloud that was hovering, it was a literal cloud, went away because it wasn't working. And Captain Kirk mentioned, "Your tricks aren't working. Go away." And it was the Klingon leader and Captain Kirk smiling and laughing. And they won by not giving that entity power. That's the same with our society. You know, with all these racial psyops with Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, what happened supposedly happened in South Carolina, and they're all coded like Dylan Roof, convicted of 33 crimes, and like I said, OJ, that the black and white divide and conquer, and him supposedly killing Nicole. It's all divide, and put into play, and to me, it's very transparent. And for example, little Easter eggs that people will never understand unless they follow my channel. Like, for example, they show Dylan Roof, and behind him in photos, there's like the bricks. No big deal. Okay, masonry, the bricks. But one interesting photo is they had him, and behind him was a license plate. That license plate just so happened to be 33 numerology. I started catching on. Then I go to the so-called Chelsea bombing, and they have one SUV in the middle of the road. The license plate is 33. London. It's happening all over the place where people have
one of the reasons why I wanted to use a comparison of the Klingons as synonymous to the black folks, the way they portrayed them as overly aggressive. For no reason they're aggressive, right? Whenever you showed them in their lair or on their spaceship, it was always dark, and it was kind of like being in the hood. You know what I mean? It was like they always portrayed the Klingons as this opposing force that was dark and aggressive, And when I looked at that, and then the crazy part is with the more modern season, once you got away from the old, because in Captain Kirk's time, his number one enemy was the Klingons. But when you start moving on to the newer Star Treks, the Klingons eventually became friends